Now let's start with a dessert called shilluk. Shilluk is a dessert which resembles a baklava, but much easier to make. Actually, we make a crepe and inside we put some double clotted cream, or you can put whipped cream, some nuts, and fold it and put a nice sherbet which has a bit more oil in it as well, and it becomes a gorgeous dessert that you can make under 10 minutes. So let's start with the batter. Batter is quite easy, you can make it all the time. 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of water, 1 cup of milk, all together. If I added the flour step by step, that could have been easier, but because it is very watery, when you just whip it, it becomes a runny batter. And we crack 1 egg to hold everything together. And a pinch of salt gets in, because in every dessert, salt acts like the man in a ballet doing paradieu, which increases the taste of the sweetness. Now the batter is ready. This is gonna make 4 crepes. Heat up the pan. For the people who live in UK, now these are the pans that I have designed. These are called Swiss Crystal. It doesn't include any PFOs and quite affordable. In London, we sell it in Karaca stores. It's my partnership with Karaca. In Germany, in UK, you can buy them. Keep in mind, my pan is hot. Put a little more than 1 ladle. If it's too thick, it's not nice. If it's too thin, the crepe becomes very delicate and not so easily foldable. So this way, I'm going to make 4 crepes. Once one side of the crepe is ready, and we can understand it by just folding, the color has slightly changed. It's not totally brown. I don't like that, but when it's too brown, it's not so good. I bring the pan a bit tilted like this and start a back and forth movement, and then suddenly I turn it and cook the other side. If it's too brown, it gets the eggy taste, but this way it becomes a nice, soft, fluffy dough. That's what we want. This gets in here. Now the second one is a bit faster because the pan is quite hot. I don't want to burn my butter too much. And then to the sides, and then the same thing is gonna happen. Now while this is cooking, I'm going to make the sherbet. Actually, the name of the dessert called shilluk, when you directly translate the name into English, it becomes bitch dessert. What? But actually, shilluk means bitch in Turkish, but this shilluk comes from Kurdish. This dessert is from Urfa region of Turkey. Kurdish population is quite high, and this is one of their desserts. Shill in Kurdish means watery, wet. The sherbet makes it wet. How they make it is, in the old days, it was totally from molasses. So if you don't like processed sugar, you can use molasses and a bit of water. Instead, I use 200 grams of sugar so that everyone in the world can make it. You can also make it from maple syrup. That would be really nice. And I put 100 liters of water. Put it on to medium heat. The sugar must melt before it starts to bubble. Why? Then when this syrup gets cold, otherwise the sugar might turn back to the crunchy sugar. My sugar has melted and sherbet is almost ready. To this, add a knob of butter. Normally, sherbet doesn't include butter, but in this one, there is a bit more butter and it fills you with another kind of taste. Normally, they use clarified butter for this. Why? In clarified butter, there's no milk, so that the sherbet is opaque. But when you use ordinary butter, 15% milk and milk products, there's gonna be some foam. I'm going to take that foam away once it totally melts. Meanwhile, you are ready. The crepes, because they include just 1 egg, they are quite soft and delicate. You might ruin 1 or 2 sometimes. The butter has totally melted. Now I will add a few drops of lemon. This is to finish the sherbet. Sherbet with a bit of lemon becomes great. And as you can see, there's the white foam. I'm going to collect the white foam like this from the top. Why? It's more like an aesthetic choice because I want to see the clear sherbet. Otherwise, it's gonna be a bit foggy. How to go on is I take the 2 coldest ones, put it like a world map, kind of like 2 globes. Some nuts. This is with pistachio, but you can do it with walnuts, you can do it with cashew, hazelnuts, all good. Pistachio is like a baklava classic, so here we go. To the middle, put some clotted cream. Clotted cream is like this, but this is actually kaymak, which is the top of the milk when it sits. But you can use double clotted cream, you can whip your cream and put milk-based whipped cream here in the middle. By the way, this makes the dessert really rich. Sometimes you don't even have to put cream. And this might give you an idea of putting something different. For example, tahini and molasses mixture can get it. Peanut butter can get it. And it might be a great wrap. And the sauce could be from honey and a bit water, and that would also work. Or maple syrup. Then turn it like this. It's almost ready. I take my knife, cut it diagonally. And final side is yours. To the serving plate, we put them one after another. Now I put the wet and hot. Normally we cool the sherbet when we do baklava, but in this case we want it hot. We want it to get into the crepes. And a bit more pistachio on top. Now this is more powdered one, so less pistachio, more effect. So that's it. How do we eat this now? It's quite warm right now. The beautiful thing about this is for it to be warm, and when it's still warm, we get this and eat it like. İnanılmaz, amazing. İnan is dying on the side. We're gonna eat it all together, don't worry. So that's it. Hope you've enjoyed it. By the way, we're gonna make 2 more plates of this. Like, this is just 1/3 of it. When we finish the crepes, that's gonna be a whole lot of dessert. Not to make it directly, but you can use other things. And it might also give you ideas of making different combinations. As I said, like peanut butter or tahini and molasses mixed and inside. What would your combination be? If you have any ideas, please write them below. I would also put some orange blossom water to the sherbet. That would be even better. For now, take care. Love you guys. See you next week.